friends, this is the Cryptonian. We're going to take a look at a coin that has been pretty popular recently. And the question is it time to buy? Is it time to buy? We'll take a look. But for the moment, just getting started here, taking a look at the broader market here. We can see here on the exchange CoinGecko, cryptocurrency prices by market cap. Of course, Bitcoin is number one, Ethereum number two. And we can see Bitcoin is up for the 7-day period 3.4%. Ethereum only, 0.6%. BNB 1.5%. Now we do have XRP 6.9%. Dogecoin 3%. Solana 7%. And then look at here. We have Tonecoin, which is 24% for the 7-day period, right? And what is Tonecoin? Tonecoin is basically connected to Telegram. And so this is a project that was started by Telegram, and then Telegram had released it for open source, and now there's other entities that are managing this, and so I don't really know too much about this. It does look promising. However, you know, Telegram giving it up and letting it go open source kind of makes you wonder, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. But anyway, it's doing well. It's new. And of course, the markets love a new narrative, right? And it does look like does have some functionality. You have a wallet. You have, um, let's see, it's connected to um, it's connected to Telegram. Okay, that's actually one of the good things. You have a wallet, and then you can buy and trade, swap cryptocurrencies on decentralized exchanges. You can accept payments effortlessly, cross chain transfers. Now that's pretty big. I mean, you can make cross chain transfers from one chain to another. This is really the future, and so it's nice to see how this is how Ethereum is integrating with Tone and nominator pools. We won't get too much into that because most people won't be interested in that. And then there's an anonymous eSIM. That's a good idea. And easy to remember address. That's convenient, right? So there are a lot of good things about it. Um, it's new. Not really sure how far this is going to go. And, there can only be so many payment apps, right? And so some of them will rise to the top. We don't really know which ones. We know that PayPal, I've released some information that PayPal is getting into crypto, crypto payments and things like that. So um, this is the future, but not really sure if Tone is going to rise to the top and be part of that future. But it looks like they do have a pretty good start. So that being said, let's take a look at the chart and see what we can see. Now, the challenge when we take a look at charts like this on new coins or new entities, new assets, there's no history, right? This is the daily chart, and when we take a look here, there's hardly any history here. It's just one big wave. So according to this history and what we've seen, now it's very difficult to predict because coins like this, they don't really behave like the more mature coins that have a more historical price history. So, you can take a look at their price history and you can infer certain behaviors. Like, for example, when taking a look at Bitcoin and Bitcoin's history, you can see how it behaves in certain instances, right? When it's very bullish, you can see the character. When it's very bearish, you can see the character. You can see, liquidity grabs, things like that. Whether there's high level professionals trading it, such as Bitcoin, or if it's more lower level, amateurs that are not as professional or proficient, and it kind of gets sloppy, right? Follow through on patterns and follow through on price zones. that is huge, and that's why everybody loves Bitcoin, because Bitcoin respects patterns, respects resistance and support, things like that. It's more predictable, and when you see something on Bitcoin, you can count on it for, you have a pretty good chance of that pattern working out. Taking a look at this coin, I mean, it's so new, who knows, right? So this is the Tone coin, and we see that this is where we're at right here, right? We just hit an RSI of over 75. That's what these red uh, bubbles or red dots are above the price action here. And you can see that we've been in this uptrend, strong uptrend, aggressive uptrend for some time. And so when we take a look at the history, we did go very volatile here, very volatile. And then we kind of rolled over, came back down. This is over the period of, several months. This is at the end of 2022 that it was released. And so uh, when we're taking a look at the current price, it's only, I mean, it's less than a year old. So remember, take this assessment with a level of salt or skepticism. Again, this is not investment advice. I'm just taking a look at it, and this is how I would approach it. So now we're at resistance, right? We've hit a high RSI, which we've done before, and you can see that whenever it hits a high RSI, it retreated back to the 30 right here, right? And so taking this entire range into consideration, let's go ahead and actually move this out of the way for now. Taking this entire range in consideration here, we have built-in fib levels and targets. So we may hit 276. That's the hard hard top level of this previous resistance area, right? That I have marked out. But it's actually maybe a little bit lower if you don't include those wicks, right? It's hard with wicks because it's so volatile. So sometimes I usually split those wicks, and that accounts for a little bit of the volatility. But if you just go with this level here, which is the body of the candle, then it brings you down to right about here. So you can see how close we are with that resistance area right here. And we have a lot of distance between price and the 30-day moving average. So the question is, tone is so popular and it's hot and it's, the next best thing or whatever in the market. Is tone a buy now? And I really have to be honest with you. My opinion, this is only my opinion, not investment advice, but I'm going to say no, because we're up at this resistance level. Can it break out to the upside? Can it move higher? Sure, it can. But I think there's going to be some type of correction beforehand, right? Just like I said here, it tested the 30. And so coming back down to the 30 would be an entry that, if you're a little bit risk, not risk averse, but if you're willing to take some risk, if your tolerance for risk is a little bit higher, then you could probably take a look and consider this as an entry point at 193. Again, not investment advice. 193, which is this area at the 30, actually coincides almost perfectly with this prior high. So, if we come down to the 30, that would be a realistic area to consider as an entry. Now, also, there is a golden cross of the 50 over the 200, so this is showing a lot of bullish behavior. And that being said, the golden pocket is right here where the 50 and the 200 crossing over is, right? So we just had a golden cross. So this could actually go a lot higher, but I think where it is right now warrants some type of a correction or pullback, or maybe even at the very least some sideways movement there. So the point of control, $2.22 right here. You can see this is where a lot of the volume was transacted at this level. And so if the price drops below that, then the bears may take control, and those that have taken positions at this volume node may be compelled to sell, especially with such a young project, a volatile project. That would probably elicit some fear coming down here, right? That being said, golden pocket is from the zero point 0.5 fib, which is $1.80 right here, to um, 162. That's the zero point 0.6 Fibonacci. So this is your golden pocket from the zero point 0.5 to the zero point 0.6 right here in this area. And excuse me, and the 200 coming in right in the middle, not quite in the middle, but close to it at 174. And the 30, like I said, 30 moving average coming in at 193. So if we come back and correct, because we have this area, this previous high, usually or quite often, right, depending on how mature the price action is, how mature the asset is, excuse me, and whether you're in a bull or a bear market, of course, we could see some support here. If we come down and find support here, it could be another impulse to the upside and another test of this area. However, let's see, looking back here. Yeah, I really don't see any reason why this would stay up here and do this. Not really, not really sure. I mean, the only thing I could see is this node here, and a lot of participants are not that sophisticated to be, considering this as support 223. So, you could stay above this node if it comes back down here. Those that have purchased before may purchase again. Okay, and then you could see maybe some sideways action, or could do this and then try to tap into that upper resistance area once again. But again, here's the question. I don't want to make this too long. Excuse me. The question is it worth buying right now? And I would say, you know, the fact that it's up 25% over the last week should probably tell you something, right? In my opinion, no, no. Now, if you're already in and you're holding, that's different, but if you are considering purchasing this because you're feeling FOMO, you don't want to miss out, whatever, I would not be entering this right now. Now, on the daily, this is the daily chart. Now, on the daily, we do see that our triple stochastic here on the daily has already crossed over, and we can see that we're seeing a couple of days here. This is the second day of red candles to the downside. So you can see here, excuse me, we had a pullback to the 30, and so we saw an expansion here, which coincides with this area here. And you can see that the move was actually over. When we take a look at the Cryptonian volatility mod, I love this because it shows you the transition from the impulse and when it's over. And so the impulse was actually over right here on this candle, and then that's when we had our impulse line turn red, right, with an impulse arrow to the downside, and also some overheated conditions, right, with the red circles. So when we take a look at this move here, we see the same thing. We see red circles, and we see we have the stochastic on the daily turning down to the downside. But look at this. We're still in this move, this expansion move on the Cryptonian volatility mod. I love this because it shows you when the move's over. The move's not over yet. The move's not over yet. Although if it doesn't push back up pretty quickly, then it's going to turn yellow like it did here. Once it turns yellow, then it's going to start turning down, and that's going to be a sign that this move is potentially over, and the strength of the move is over, and then you'd either expect some type of sideways consolidation, or even sideways consolidation like this, or more of a pullback down into the golden pocket, and then you'd have to take another look and reassess that. So taking a look at the statistics real quick, RSI right now is 65, which, you know, it's 65 right now, but it did go as high as over 75. So right now it's 65 and it's starting to cool off. It's pretty much overheated. EMA trend bullish because, of course, this is the obvious sign of bullishness, which is that bull cloud, green bull cloud. DMA trend bullish. We haven't seen that DMA trend give an early sign of uh, reversal yet. And so the last signal is B2. B2 is a bullish signal, and this is the signal for a green bull cloud. And so that tells us that we're still in a strong bullish trend. Although, in my opinion, there is a local high, a local peak, and it's probably going to have some type of a pullback or cool down here. That being said, expansion, we already talked about that. Reversal, we don't have that yet. That's going to be that yellow line. We don't have that yet, but if we don't push back up quickly, then we're going to have that yellow line maybe at the close of today or tomorrow. Uh, the daily pivot 245, $2.45, that's been broken. That has turned red. And so if you're looking at more of a day-to-day trade, which on this I probably wouldn't, but that's up to you, not investment advice. So you can see that oh we just went below that first S1 support. So S1 support, the daily pivot's been broken here. S1 support's been broken here at 233, and then now let's see, 226 and 214. Those are the two price levels for support 2 and support 3. Volatility is 55. So you can see the difference between Bitcoin and something like this that's a very young project, very volatile. 55 is very volatile, right? So volatility 55, and like I said, it's going to start cooling off here in my opinion. Now you're probably going to see a little bit of a bounce right here at the point of control, which is 230, 235, 236. And because this is the 10 moving average right here. The 10 moving average is right here between the dark green and the light green. And that's typically when you see an extension, strong extension like this, typically you do see some type of a bounce here at the 10 moving average. And then if you get caught under the 10 moving average, then that is when it's bearish and looking for more downside. Like you can see here, we were caught under the 10, and the 10 moving average was resistance all the way down until we had some nice strong volatile impulses, and then we went into what's called a B2 signal. That B2 signal is the signal for a trend reversal. That's confirmation, and then that's when we made that nice move to the upside. Amazing move to the upside. Huge move to the upside. So, but remember, something like this that's so volatile that it makes huge moves, 25% in a week, it can retrace that as well very quickly. So just be very careful. Anyway, that's it. That is all that I have to say about Tone Coin. It's going to be interesting to see how this does in the future, and especially in the next bull run. I'm not really interested in it until a lot of the buyers have sold. I want to see a significant pullback because I don't want to be sold on if I ever get into this thing. But again, this is going to be one of those plays that you're going to have to accept a lot of risk, a lot of volatility, and excuse me, I would not put anything into this that you cannot afford to lose, right? So anyway, there you have it, friends. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. And we thank you for your time. Please let me know, are you a holder of Tonecoin? What do you think about this project? Do you like the way it's connected to Telegram? Do you think it has a lot of potential? I think it has some potential, actually. It's still early, and it could be, if they build and progress quickly, they can actually probably grab part of the market. But again, we'll just have to see. Like I said, I would have felt better if it was actually connected to Telegram and if Telegram kept ownership of the project, right? But anyway, there could be some reasons for that. One reason being the whole SEC thing and how SEC is going after these centralized entities, centralized businesses that offer coins. So this could have been just a smart business move. So anyway, thank you for watching, friends. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I invite you to do so, and please give the video a like. It's free. It helps me out, so I really appreciate it. Take care, friends. We'll see you in the next one.